What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to this week's edition of the Contenders podcast show. I'm your host, Coach Devon Powell, and joining me today, my co-host Midnight Rider. He's running a little bit late today. Everybody got a special co-host in the seat with us tonight, Coach Moot. What's going on, man?
What's up, brother?
Nothing much, man. It's just another day in the neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we apologize for not having the show last week. I was tired. I just couldn't do it last week. But we got a jam-packed show for you tonight. We're gonna recap week 6 for our Law Spartans and the rest of PG County. And we're gonna have Coach Chuck Alston from Central High School join us a little bit later. That'll be about 7:20. And then also my man, Coach Drip from Montgomery County, who does a lot of Montgomery County coverage up there in football. He's going to join us about 7:35, 7:40 time to talk about some MoCo teams that we might see in our region a little bit later. So, like I said, jam-packed show. And we're going to make sure we end on time, though, because, the real team comes on at 8 o'clock. Make sure we make that on time. I know you ain't worried about it.
You worried about this parlay hitting tonight. That's about it.
Yeah, just we trying to lost 2 straight. You know, worry about your struggles right now, man.
Man, we be all right. We be all right. It's early in the season, man. Season don't really start till week 8.
Gotcha. A couple comments already. The boss BJ said, "What's up, fellas? What's going on, BJ? That's the boss, man. That's the man that runs it and runs everything." And then got Coach Jerome shouting out Mookie McVeigh. So before we let's just start off, man. I'm gonna put at the bottom of the screen. If you look at the ticker. All right, I got all the scores from all the PG County games this week scrolling across. But we'll go ahead and touch base as I always like to do. Midnight Rider always likes to hear a recap of our game from the weekend. So we went against Duval on their terrible daggone field that they got over there. We came out victorious 29-24. But we got off to a very slow start. We were down 21. Sorry, my dog under the table doing all kinds of crazy stuff right now. We just got out to they jumped out on us 21-0 in the first quarter. And yeah, it was their homecoming. And they came out and got a big special teams play at the beginning of the game. We had a punt that we went to go kick, and I don't know how we kicked the ball into our up man, but we kicked the ball into our up man, bounced off his back of his jersey, and they picked it up and scored off of it. So they went up early on. Like I said, it was 21-0 in the first quarter. Second quarter, we finally got going. I think we was 21-14 at halftime?
Yeah, 21-14.
Yeah, 21-14 at halftime. In the second half, they came out, they got the ball first, and they actually put together a good drive. Well, we helped them out with a couple penalties. And we had a roughing the passer penalty, and we had the face mask penalty on that drive. But they put together almost an 8-minute drive in that third quarter. But we held them, and they only kicked the field goal. So it was 24-14 at the end of the third quarter. And the fourth quarter was all eyes. We got some big plays. We had who was that? Kenneth had the 81-yard screen that put us 24-22. And then King James Corbett caught a pass about 40 yards. I'd say it's about 40 yards to give us the go-ahead score. And then, defensive-wise, they just ran out of time. We held them. They tried to go down the field and score, but we slowed them down just enough. So we was able to come out there victorious with a 29-24 victory. What was your take on the game, Coach Moose?
Yeah, like you said, man, we started off slow and spotted them 21, but just like last week, telling the kids to keep fighting and stay in the game. Game not over till the clock hit all zeros. And defense stepped it up in the second half. I think we got a little help with number 2 being out as well, but the Murrays came up with the clutch throws. Kenny with the 80-yard screen. And like I said, shoot, once we seen, I think they had a couple players go down. And you know me, I'm gonna take my receivers all day, every day versus whoever. But you ain't got the starting corners out there, you might be in trouble against my guys. So King James coming up with a clutch catch. I'm say Kenny with the screen, man, put us right back where we needed to be at.
Yep. I mean, offensively, man, it was a big day, and we needed every bit of it. Preliminary stats have us right now. Demarius Custis, our quarterback, was 19 for 29 for 329. Like I said, we're still doing stats, but I think these preliminary stats: 19 for 29 for 329 yards, 4 touchdowns. He did have 1 interception, bad interception.
Yeah, shouldn't do that.
I was gonna kill him, but Kareem or Yakin had 8 catches for 93 yards. Kenneth Cosmos had 4 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown. King James Corbin, like I said, he had two catches for 75 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Ramon Johnson had his first catch. Was that his first catch of the year?
Nah, second one. He had the first one against Northwestern.
Okay, yeah, he had the second catch of the year, but he scored it was about a 20-something yard touchdown. So we spread the ball out evenly.
Hold on, Coach. You can't leave my guy Meach out. Flight Club. Got some there, all the Flight Club members.
See, you cut me off. I was just about to say. We spread the ball around. Andre Stokes had 2 receptions for 9 yards. And then Josiah Meach Reagan had 2 catches for 22 yards. So, like I said, it was a team effort on offense. That was the passing stats. We actually picked up decent yards on the ground as well. I don't have the stats for Andre Stokes on that part, but he was churning out yards inside. So it's a nice balanced game by us all, and we hitting on to Bladensburg this week, man. Just to preview that one real quick, Bladensburg is a program that's struggling right now. They've been struggling for a few years. And it's a tough situation for any coach that has to walk into that program. So, and it's first year coach there. So they're struggling right now. They don't have big numbers in kids. Haven't won a game this year, and they're not going to start and get one this week. So should be a good game for our guys, and we're going to them. It's their homecoming as well. So we're going to play homecoming spoiler for the second week in a row.
And they scheduled us for homecoming for real?
Yeah, scheduled us for homecoming. Yeah.
Disrespectful.
Hey, man, at some point you got to pick somebody. So that's all right. We'll take it. A couple of comments. Coach Marcus talking about you fired. Yeah, you just stay at that volleyball game and make sure you collect them tickets as the people coming in. Jerome was saying Duval was on their homecoming. Coach Mark said, I really want to see total number of penalties and yards we had against us that game. Well, for week 6, for the 6th week in a row, the referees was unfriendly to us. So we didn't have that started on that. Yeah, I'm not even going to go there tonight, but same story each week. Stupid. 25 is a bird. All right, Marcus.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I got a text message saying the same thing.
Gotcha. Who's this? Is Miss Tamia? Is that how you say that?
Okay, I'm thinking that must be Ma Duke. She must be watching. Gotcha. Or somebody else's account. What's that, Ma?
Gotcha. Oh, that's your mom on there.
Yeah, that's Ma Duke's right there.
Well, she already know how crazy you are, so I ain't even got to say nothing. Who we got? My guy, Kirsten Miller here, checking in as always. Appreciate you, my guy. All right, so we're gonna recap the rest of PG County. Like I said, the scores are scrolling down at the bottom. We had Flowers defeat Bladensburg this week, 57-0. Wise over Rose, 35-16. Oxon Hill over Parkdale, 56-0. Potomac over Northwestern, 48-3. Suitland at their homecoming over Bowie, 34-14. Crossland defeated Fairmont Heights, 14-7. Douglas defeated Largo, 20-0. Gwynn Park defeated Central, 37-28. And then Friendly defeated Surrattsville, 22-16. Those are all our PG County scores. I don't have the updated standings yet because they'll be on they update tomorrow. So we'll see where we're sitting at in the playoff standings right now. I know in our region, the 4A North, I think we're tied for fourth right now with BCC. Both sitting at 3-3. We got Wheaton ahead of us. They should be 4-2, I think they are. And then you got Blake and Paint Branch both sitting at they both should be 5-1 right now, sitting at 1 and 2 spots. So they said when they update those tomorrow, we'll get a better picture of that. A couple more comments. Well, you got your whole family in here, don't you?
All right, man. They come out and support, man. Appreciate it.
No doubt. Great game this past weekend. This Ma Dukes checking in again, says she know how crazy you are. Yeah. There's RL Polo King, Go Mighty 300. Glad to join the LHS family this season. Who's that?
I'm not sure. I have no idea who that is.
Coaches. Yeah, I don't know the handle. I don't know the name. And AT don't know who that is. Checking in. So keep the comments rolling throughout the show. Like I said, we got a full show tonight. In a little bit, Coach Chuck from Central will be joining us to talk about their team this season. They got off to a hot start this year. They was 4-0. They lost their last 2 games, but to Douglas and who's that? Who else did they lose to? I just said it the other day. Gwynn Park. Douglas and Gwynn Park. But they've been playing good ball. So we're gonna have him come in there. And the man, the myth, the legend, Midnight Rider has joined us. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? I gotta get right here. Let's see. Got something. Got to debut the new one. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, you got the new one there. Okay, I see that.
Yeah, you gotta.
I see you there.
Yeah. When you're in with the Spartans, man, you gotta represent, baby.
Yeah. You
know, that look like a little spot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Midnight Rider joining the family at 300.
Yeah, see, he part of the 300 family now. He don't know nothing about curl no more.
Yeah, let's not do that, Coach.
Yeah, so you missed we did a recap of our game this weekend.
Okay.
Like I said, I know you like to hear the recaps of what we went through. So I give the short version again. They jumped out on us 21-0 in the first quarter. We battled back. It's 21-14 at halftime. In the second half, man, we just we took control. The team stepped up big time, man, and they said our quarterback had 329 yards passing, threw for 4 touchdowns, and defense came up big when we needed to. Had a few penalties that put us in some binds, but overall it was a good game, man. It was good to see the boys battle. They could have easily hung their heads after that first quarter. But I'm not going to say on air what I told them at the end of the first quarter, but some choice words, and I told them at halftime, let's go back and let's go win this game, and that's what they did. I was proud of them. I can be hard on them. I'm tough on them, because I expect a lot out of them, and they don't know their full potential. They don't understand their full potential. So myself and the rest of the coaching staff, we hard on them and we pushing them. But it was good to see them not hang their heads down and battle through and took care of themselves, took care of it in the end, man. They did what they had to do. So I was proud of them.
I think I saw one of the runs down the sideline or something. I can't remember who it was, but I'm gonna get back into the Huddle app and try to pull it up because it should be on there now. So that's how I normally try to keep up or catch back up with you.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's definitely on there. You should be able to see it. And like I said, it was a good football game, though. It was a good football game, man. Not taking anything away from the Duval kids because I actually like a few of them over there. They play hard. They just dealing with a tough situation, man, over there. I'm not even going to get into that on the show. I keep that conversation for off air, but it's a tough situation over there. Mm-hmm. All right. Then we got Coach Chuck from Central. He'll be joining us shortly. Talk about their season and what they got going on over there off of Central Avenue. And then we got our guy, Coach Drip. He covers Montgomery County football. He's going to join us about 7:40 just to talk a little bit about the teams up there. Mm-hmm. So a couple more comments. Well, I guess somebody like you, man, because you got a lot of family in the comments right now, boy.
But I'm telling you, man, they come out to the game, support. I appreciate them for tuning in.
All right, let's see. Polo Cam, new to the pod, and LHS will be assisting with girls basketball team. All right, welcome to the family. Welcome to the 300. I'm a basketball coach as well, so we'll be crossing paths then. Shirley King, hey grandson, never thought I'd be watching you on YouTube.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Hey, grandma.
Yep. I wish I had that clip of him running down the sideline Saturday.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
And then also the clip of him laying on the field trying to rub out his hamstring. I said, man,
that age catching up with me.
Yeah, I said, man, you need me to send a trainer over here? Who else we got there? Miss Carmen, looking forward to the upcoming game.
Oh, yeah, that's my cousin. Hey, Carmen.
Right. Hey, Carmen, come on out. Check us out. Look, if the game ain't good, the coaches are always entertaining. So come on out and check us out. Mark said you got VIP seating at the 300. Yes, indeed. I told you he forgot all about Carol now. Mm-mm. Yeah. Carmen said, hey, Cuzzo.
Yeah, I got a little spot, man, right there about the 40-yard line. It's kind of like my little section right now. I kind of like it. Can see a little bit of everything. Now that I've been putting names and faces to people, man, I can start talking about the coaches, you know what I'm saying? Because Coach Mook always in the middle of it. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey,
man, look.
My job.
Hey, look, and the funny thing is, I've always been, I guess people have always considered me the hothead, right? The crazy one. Mm. But I find myself making sure he ain't doing nothing.
Oh, heck yeah. I remember that. I saw a couple of those moments, man. Oh,
yeah, man, be them refs, man.
Yeah, the refs are bad, man. They drive us crazy. But I like our coaching staff, man. The dynamic of our coaching staff. A couple things to clean up. But for the most part, we all locked in together. I think Coach Mook will let everybody know, I don't sit over top of everybody's back, over your shoulder, micromanaging. I let these guys, they got a lot of football knowledge. I wouldn't have them here if I didn't think they had some knowledge. So I let those guys do their thing. And I sit back and I step in when I need to. But I let those guys do their thing. So.
And that's why I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people would try to bring certain stuff in, and the one thing that seems like y'all just mesh so well that the personalities bounce off each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody's got their same their thing, so it works perfectly.
Yeah, it fits in. And I mean, like I said, everybody come in with their own ideas. Everybody got, ways that they like to do things. I understand that. So I try not to be a dictator. I don't try to be like Trump. So I try to keep it cool. I let everybody have input on the game plan and all that type of stuff. And then, like I said, I just step in when I need to. If I don't agree with something, they know I'm gonna say something if I don't agree with it. And we keep moving. If anybody takes anything personal when I say anything, it's cool. I don't take anything like that. We just keep on moving.
It's the way it's got to be, man. Otherwise, you go crazy.
You're right about that. And I don't need nobody to help me go crazy. I can go crazy myself. Couple more comments. Well, Mook, you must be a celebrity or something. God dang it, boy.
I mean, I'm on Coach Mook. Everybody love Coach Mook.
Hey,
I've been
man,
telling y'all this.
I see the family coming out. That's all right. We got to get a family some sideline access or something. Got to get a family something. Granddad's so proud of you. All right. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you. Refs were throwing flags left and right. They sure was.
That's every week.
Every week. See, here go Marcus with this dumb shit now. See, I don't know why he keep trying. Man, look, I know you at the volleyball game, man. Go on in and make sure everything's good down there. Jerome, Marcus, absolutely not. Yep. Same thing go for you too, Jerome. You ain't calling nothing either. Marcus and fired Jerome. So they done been around me too long. All right, I said Coach Chuck will be joining us soon. He hit me up, said he was on his way home from practice. And he'd be on soon. So once he gets logged in, we'll jump in there. All right, Mook. So I'm gonna give you your time, man. You said you wanted to come on here and talk about some stuff.
Man.
Midnight Rider. If the FCC called, we know why.
No. We got family watching, so they already told me, you know what I'm saying, watch my mouth. I ain't gonna do too much.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop out and hop back in real quick. I got a little refurb on my side.
Okay, go ahead. All right, go ahead, brother.
Nah, I mean, really, I think the last time when we was on, we was talking pretty much about like the refs and the situation that we've been dealing with them, and just not getting the respect. And it's like, I feel as though they just look at us like we not supposed to be competing in some of these games, like especially like the Parkdale game. We already know how that started off with the season. Like even the Northwestern game, like we doing what we supposed to do. We still can't get calls, or they throwing calls for the other team to try to keep them in the game and stuff like that. Shooting even the Wise game, like some reason I just feel like we just don't get the respect for some reason. But like I've been saying, we coming a little different this year, and they ain't take notice this year. You better be ready for something next year as well, because we got to start getting that respect, man.
All right, so let me ask you this. So this your first year, with us on staff at law, and you're coming from Fairmont Heights.
Oh no.
Now ain't nothing about the team. I'm just talking about the atmosphere. Do you see a difference, from coaching in the 1A, 2A, and primarily your games and the way that the games are reffed and the atmosphere, whatever? You see a difference from that into the 4A now?
Yeah, definitely a big difference. With the 1A, 2A schedule, you're playing the smaller schools, and then you can get away with some stuff at that level. But then over here, like you said, the atmosphere is a little different. Friday night is definitely different from the stands being filled pretty much at every game we go to. Um, and then having the coach, like you actually got a coach versus, like I said, some of them 1A, 2A teams, we literally will run 3, 4 plays, you know what I'm saying? And it's up to you to stop it. But here, you got to have a backup to a backup. You actually got to do your film study, know what the team's trying to do to you, know what you're going up against. And I like that as a coach, as a challenge every week. Being in a film study, seeing what we got coming up, and I would say that probably be the biggest difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I've noticed, throughout the years, and this ain't taking nothing from the 1A, 2A schools, the smaller schools in the county. You definitely see a difference in the atmosphere, but outside of, I say Douglas, who, I think Douglas can bump with anybody.
Yeah,
A lot of the teams you don't see the same type of tough gameplay as you would with the 4A, 3A schools like your Oxon Hills and Potomac's who
right.
play, in 3A that play 4A schedules. Like I said, nothing they ain't taking nothing away from the smaller schools, but you just see a different level of play. And I never really caught too many of the 1A, 2A games because I was always, going around looking at the four, our opponents for the week or whatever. But when I did catch them, it was like, it feels different, Like I said, outside of Douglas and maybe outside of Largo.
Yeah, Douglas and Lago are definitely the two teams. Even when Potomac had that 2A, 3A schedule, I told people this year with them taking that 4A schedule, I think they was going to surprise a lot of people and be able to compete pretty much in every game that they in.
And hey, they 6-0 right now. So
And it should be 5-1. I ain't 5 and
yeah,
2 actually, but
yeah, well, yeah, they should
I'm
be.
commenting too much on that.
Right, they should be. But hey, as it stands, their record is 6-0 right now, and they I forgot who they got coming up this week, but they got Wise and Flowers coming up back to back. So
Mm.
we're really gonna see what Potomac made of now, and then they finish with Bladensburg. So um, we'll see. It's gonna be a tough 2 weeks for them. So we'll see what happens on that front. You got anything midnight?
I'm gonna ask them over the course of the season. What's don't get specifics, but what's something that you've seen change in your kids throughout the course of the season so far?
I say the attitude in the fight. Like we said, this last weekend and the previous game against Potomac, the kids in the beginning of the season would kind of, check out the game, a team scoring us, or they dropping their heads. And now, we had like a little team meeting. I had them have a players only meeting as well. And it's like, their attitude, they kind of finally flipped that switch and, realize that they can actually compete with these teams. And it showed last week. And like I said, we down 21, nothing in the first quarter. If this was week 1, week 2, everybody had been checked out on the sidelines. But kids bringing the energy, and I try to bring the energy as a coach, but now it's like I don't even got to do too much. The kids is doing it on their own.
It makes sense because I worried about that 2 weeks ago when I was watching y'all. I heard some of the comments as kids was coming off the field, and I was worried about that. So I'm glad to see y'all kind of put a fix on that.
Yeah, one of the things, like I said, I'm from Lowell. I grew up in Lowell, and the kids these days are a lot different than when I grew up. Like, we was from Lowell, and a lot of people didn't know where the hell Lowell was at, but
Mm-hmm.
we had a different mindset. All the way up from when I played youth ball all the way up. We didn't give a hell who we was playing with. We was going to battle. Like, football was football. We in school, the bell rang, we run into practice. It ain't we don't want to go to practice today. We don't feel like, no, we taking our asses to practice because our practice was harder than the games.
Yep.
Games was fun.
Yep.
You know, practice was us doing what we signed up to do. That's what we wanted to do. And the thing about it is now these kids these days, it's they play sports, but a lot of them don't love sports. Some of them just play because their friends are playing or it seemed like something cool to do. And it's
Instagram
not,
pictures.
yeah, it's not like it, it's not like it was, in the past. So, but like I said, with our kids, sometimes they need a little extra motivation. And, I'd say the last 2 weeks they've been battling though. So we in the stretch right now. And we got my guy, Coach Chuck, just joined in. Coach Drip, I see you there. I'm gonna bring you in a couple minutes. All right, but I'm gonna bring Coach Chuck in from Central High School. As soon as he get connected, look like he's struggling to get connected right now. I'll bring him
Any
in.
updates on 22 and what was the big fella that got carted off? Stuff that you can tell.
For our squad?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Micah. So he has to go. He's getting his MRI tomorrow. Matter of fact.
Okay.
So we'll see what's going on with him. And said, yeah, I'll have an update on that next week. But he's moving around. He's in good spirits right now. But we'll see what's going to happen with him. And you said 22. Who's 22? 22.
Jabrilla.
Oh, Jabril. Yeah, Jabril is clear. He'll be back on the field this week.
All right, cool.
Yep, he's clear for full practice. Let's see. Coach Chuck's still having some troubles right now. I ain't even gonna put that comment up, but the boss gonna say he got that Coach Devon internet special. Hey BJ, you did wrong for that one. You did wrong, but that's all right, BJ. I done won 4 straight now. That's all I'm gonna say. I done won 4 straight.
I think y'all 1 and 2 in the picks too.
Oh yeah, we are. Yep, we 1 and 2 in the NFL picks. Yep. So he can talk about my internet all he wants to. All right, I'm gonna bring in my man Coach Drip while Coach Chuck trying to figure it out. So we got my man Coach Drip, Montgomery County guru over here. Coach Drip, welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you joining. We got my co-host Midnight Rider with us tonight, and then my assistant coach. He co-hosting with us tonight too, Coach Moot.
What's up, Coach Moot? How you doing? What's up, Coach D? What's up, Midnight Rider? How y'all doing?
Good, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm blessed to be here, man. Thankful.
Hey, man, Coach Drip, man. I ran across Coach Drip a couple of weeks ago, man. And his reporting on everything in Montgomery County. I checked in with him last week. He actually had me on one of his shows last week. Had a good old time too, just talking trash, man, and had to get him on because he's the Montgomery County expert, man. And in our region of Midnight Rider, we do have it split between PG County and Montgomery County. Mm-hmm. So for playoffs, we got Paint Branch, Blake, Wheaton, Blair, and BCC, along with us in Northwestern, and High Point will be in there as well, but they ain't got no teams this year. So we got my man in here, Drip. I'm gonna tell you, man, I took your advice too, man. We went down 21-0 in the first quarter, man, and after I cussed the kids out, I walked away, man, and I started singing. Everybody say amen.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Something that joint work, bro.
Hey, man. Hey, and it allowed us to get back right, man, and do what we had to do.
I saw that big win by you guys, man.
Yeah, man. So, all right, man. So, let's talk Montgomery County, man. What you What you see from this weekend, man? There's a full slate of games going on over there.
Let me just say this. First of all, thank y'all for having me on here. Me and Coach D, we was talking last week, and it was pretty dope. Merging PG and Montgomery County together. A lot of times, at least from my perspective, being from Montgomery County, a lot of times people try to split PG and Montgomery County up. And for real, I mean, I've lived in PG as well. It's not all the way the same, but it's similar. So it's dope that we can link up and show the youngins and show people that, there's unity. But in Montgomery County this week, I mean, a lot of teams try to separate themselves for real. The big one, of course, everybody was talking about was QO versus Sherwood. That was a dog fight. And I tried to tell Coach D is my witness. I tried to tell everybody that Sherwood wasn't about to go down like everybody else been doing, going down to QO. It was not about to happen like that. They always play each other pretty hard. I remember last year, Sherwood scored the most points that anybody scored on Prince Orchard. Same thing this year. And QO, if you watch that game, if you had a chance to watch that game, QO had them down 21-0. The game ended 28-35. So two dogs are fighting. Paint Branch handled business. 63-0. If you didn't know, the game was called at halftime. I don't know how you scored 63 points in 1.5. I actually watched that game and I was like, man, Elijah Bye making his stake for best running back in the state right now. He's doing his thing. Blake won a good big one. Everybody in the county pretty much handled business for the most part that was supposed to. Whitman versus Blair was a big shocker for a lot of people. Blair won at 42-7. I'm trying to think what other games will impact you guys. BCC beat Walter Johnson. So I know that, Coach D, we talked about that last week. That kind of impacts the points. And I can't wait to see what the points are looking like tomorrow. But it was a couple of good games. There was some drag-outs. The game I went to was Clarksburg-Rockville. I just wish Rockville had a little bit more dogs because it was a competitive game all the way to the fourth quarter. Sometimes I think you guys can attest to this when it comes to high school sports. That fourth quarter be about wanting it. You can have all the dogs you want, but if you don't want it, then you can lose. You can easily lose that game. And who else? Who else? I'm trying to think in your region. Wheaton won as well, which is a bit impressive year by Wheaton this year. Coach D said last week, I'm trying to figure out where they got all the running backs from. Me too. But it was a good week in the Mo. Some teams that needed some wins, got some points on that. I can't wait to see what the playoffs looking like, to be honest with you.
You got one for midnight?
What's the team that's had the biggest turnaround so far this season and impressed you the most?
Ooh, I can't just pick one. It's a few. I'm going to say Kennedy. I'm going to say Wheaton. Those two teams, like right now, I think Wheaton is sitting at 4-2, and I think Kennedy is sitting at 4-2 as well. If you are any historian to anything Montgomery County football, you would know that Wheaton ain't been good since the 90s, and Kennedy, for the most part, I don't remember them ever being good. So this year, them two having good records and improving, and I feel good for those coaching staffs. I don't really know Wheaton's as much as I know others. I started when we first started covering high school sports. Wheaton was one of the schools that we first started covering. So they had to change, coaching staff change. This is the second year of that coaching staff. I told people last year Wheaton is not going to be an easy out, and they won 3 games last year, which was an improvement from the year before. And then this year they already got past that total. Same thing with Kennedy. I like their coaching staff. I like what they're doing at Kennedy. It's kind of hard for that area, that Wheaton area, to get a lot of kids to go to play in that area. It's more so turned into a soccer area. So it's kind of hard to get, and then kids leaving, transferring, and going to private schools or going to other schools. So it's dope to see them build that. Also, Another team, of course, I mean, it's not really a turnaround, to be honest with you, but I'm just going to go on a limb. QO. Every year in the Mo, everybody says, all right, this is the year QO falls off. Every year, every single year that we've been covering it, they say the same thing. And I want to say this year might be the most impressive team they've had. Of course, last year they had Iverson Howard. The year before they had some people as well that went D1. But as a team, this year's team, they're dominant. Of course, like I said, Sherwood scored 28 points. That's the most points they've given up all season. But before that, the most points they've given up was 13. And before that, the most points they've given up was 7. So if you look at their point differential, it's pretty good. I know people like, oh, they're great. Like, why are you giving them props? But to keep doing it over and over again, you guys know how hard it is to get different kids to come in and things of that nature. To keep the main thing, it's an impressive feat, man. It's an impressive feat. I do want to say Damascus has surprised me. Because if you guys know Maryland football, Damascus has been pretty much dominant pretty much all of our lives. So to see their decline, just like I just said with Chris Orchard, their decline in Damascus is it's wild to see because you really don't really see that at that program. So, you know.
Got you guys. Sorry, I don't know if y'all can see me in the screen. I'm all over the place. Excuse me, Coach Drip. I just got a message. And I'm gonna try to verify and make sure it's legit. But I just got a message that Coach Powell from Flowers High School has just been let go.
Whoa! Wow.
So yeah, I need to, find out some more information on that one. And I asked Coach Chuck when he comes in too, see if he heard anything about that. But that's breaking news right now. That Coach Powell from Flowers High School has been let go. So
aren't they undefeated?
Sorry, Coach Dick. Yeah, they're undefeated. My fault. I didn't mean to interrupt your segment on that one.
Oh no, I was done. Damn.
When I seen that come to my phone, that surprised the shit out of me. I was like, "Oh, what the?
What he do? Stone Cold stun a kid or something?"
I don't know what happened. But yeah, if I get more information, I'll let everybody know what's going on with that one there.
Wow, that's a big one.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
Just out of my ignorance to what's been going on in the area high school wise, but I feel like this year I've heard more coaches being fired either right before the season or during the season. Have you guys seen that as a trend, or is that just something unique to this year?
Definitely has been a trend going on the last, I say, 2 years. And truthfully, like y'all know, I don't care what I say. A lot of coaches bring this stuff on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
When you're out there doing things that you shouldn't be doing, then it always catches up to you. And then a lot of coaches get themselves caught up in things, and they know it's a lot of hating people out here. There's a lot of people that wants your spot. That is jealous of what you got going on in your situation, man, and they always trying to do the worst, man. So you gotta be careful, man, and you gotta handle your business, man. And that's why some of the stuff we've heard in the news the last 2 years, it's all about making sure you're doing the right thing, man. Do the right thing. You ain't got to worry about, people are always going to come for you, but, just make sure your house is in order.
Mm-hmm.
Do the right thing, man. So just had one comment where somebody said that they heard he's just suspended right now. So, yeah, I'll get some more information on that later.
Out here on our side, I mean, not usually during the season. There was a coach. I'm not going to mention him because I'm pretty cool with him. He was let go during the season. He wasn't the head coach, but he was let go during the season. I don't know of what he was, what exactly he was let go for, but he was let go. Also, there was a coach, I believe Northwest coach got let go during the offseason.
Yeah,
Pretty
Northwest
cool.
coach was let go right before the season started.
Yeah, not necessarily before the season, before 7-on-7, I believe.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
before
yeah,
7-on-7 he got let go. But really out here, we really haven't had too many coaches get let go. Um, I don't know how PG does it, but I believe it's a year contract and it gets renewed every year.
yeah.
Out here in
Same
Virginia.
thing in PG.
Okay, so yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I expect something being released this off season, but I don't mean to laugh. But I believe some will be let go this off season. But we'll see. I mean, like I was saying with Kennedy. I mean, if Kennedy goes 0 whatever again, he might not be there. So I haven't really. I've seen it in PG and I've seen it in VA a lot. VA does it. VA don't play. Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah, they don't
yeah.
play.
We had Miss Monet on a couple of weeks ago. Talking about the Osborne Park situation and that coach. We were supposed to get her back on too, Midnight Ride, and we never got a follow up. I'm gonna have to check in on her and see because she got a lot of that Virginia stuff covered out there. Couple comments. Somebody says, coming from B-More, I definitely heard PG was full of crabs and burrows.
I mean, I heard that everywhere, though. You know what I'm saying? I've heard that everywhere, to be honest with you.
Right. Mook, you got a question for him?
Yeah, I was going to ask about, what teams surprised me as far as the turnaround. But going back to talking about Quince Orchard, like, do you see a team out there that can probably knock them off? If not this year, probably in the playoffs.
No, that's going to be the blunt answer. What they put out, okay, so as you guys are coaches, let me just put this out there, and I Coach D know this, just so everybody know. I don't coach X's and O's. I just coach the drip. I'm not a real coach like you guys. All right. I just make sure these youngins look tight on the field. When I played, I cared about my drip. I went to Blair when we sucked. So that's all I had going for me was the drip. But no, the front seven, if you know anything about high school football, of course, the skilled players get all the love, the Instagram views and all that type of stuff. But the front seven and the trenches is what matters the most in high school football, period. If you don't have good trench work, you're not going to be able to do anything for any team. You're not going to be a good team. With QO, their front seven on defense is just so good. It's tough, man. It's tough to go against them. You got Jaheim Bond, you got Casey Gilliam on the edges. They rushing. I don't know if you guys spoke about it or seen the game against Paint Branch. When you play QO, this is what we say to Mo. When you play QO, that week and in the week following is what matters. So what you do up to that point to when you play them don't really matter because you can go blow teams out. But when you play Quince Orchard, that shows that rears what you really are. And what I can say is everybody that's played Quince Orchard has bounced back. So Paint Branch, of course, has bounced back. Walter Johnson, not so much. Churchill bounced back, which is a good team that I should have mentioned as well. Churchill is a very good team. Sherwood probably will bounce back this week. But QO is just really dominant, man. It's really like it's exciting football. If you're a football fan, I tell everybody this, tell all my friends this. If you're a football fan and you really love football, you got to go see them youngins play at least once. They play right. They play disciplined. They play very good. If you beat them, which we haven't seen anybody do in the last 2 years, actually 3, Northwest beat them, but let's say 2. Let's say 2 years. If you beat them, they messed up. They didn't come in there prepared. They kind of loafed, to be honest with you. It's a very good program up there, similar to you guys with Flowers and Wise. And to lose and to beat Quince Orchard, you have to be able to do both. You got to be able to run the ball, and you got to be able to pass the ball. If you can't do both, you don't have a chance. I know you guys, again, PG experts. Wise last year was a running football team, pretty much for the most part. And when they played Quince Orchard in the States, the star running back that everybody was talking about that was going to do damage, he ended up getting hurt, I believe, in like the second quarter.
Yep.
It was a wrap from there.
Mm-hmm.
It was a wrap. Like it wasn't even close after that point. And I'm not just saying that as a Montgomery County owner. I'm telling you like what it was. Quince Orchard, it's a good program, man. They were supposed to play some private school teams this year. They were supposed to play DeMatha, and then they were supposed to play St. John's. I heard DeMatha was like, no, go play St. John's. And then I heard St. John's ducked them. So, you guys being public school coaches and probably going to public school, you know what happened. Because if Quince Orchard beat St. John's, all that sending my kid to school for $50,000 is done.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to keep my kid at home, and you know what I'm saying? That's a wrap. So, yeah, I think they ducked them. But yeah, Quince Orchard went all the smoke.
Gotcha. And just an update on that news I broke. So yeah, no, he's not fired. Okay. He is suspended, and it's over some BS. So we'll move on from that. Yeah, we'll move on from that. It's some BS. So just as I said earlier, Coach Powell from Flowers is not fired. So gotcha. So Coach Drip, man, I got to get my man Coach Chuck in here from Central High School, man. But you know, I know you got class on Monday nights, man. So we need to find another day where we can get you in here.
Oh, I didn't go to class for this, so.
Got
Hey, we got some backyard say.
Kids, don't
hang with me.
Kids, don't listen to Coach Drip. You gotta go to class. All right.
Yes, you do. You gotta go to class.
You gotta go to class. All right, Midnight Rider, how many people can we bring in here?
You know what? I think you can get 5. I just don't know what the configuration would be.
All right, let me see if I can add my man in here. We're gonna experiment now. Because I gotta get my man Coach Chuck in here, man, before we get to the Redskin game. Let's see here.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Coach Chuck.
Now can he hear you?
Yeah, you might be muted, Coach Chuck.
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's going on, man?
What's up, bro?
I appreciate you coming on with us tonight, man. And I had to get you on. And, we got a full slate here. We got my guy, Coach Mook, in here, my co-host, Midnight Rider. And we got Coach Drip from Montgomery County in here hanging with us tonight. But I had to get you on, man, because, what y'all been doing over there Central this year, man. Y'all started out on that hot run, 4-0. You lost the last 2 games, man, but y'all been battling. And they've been dog fights. So I had to bring you on, man. So what's going on down there on Central Avenue this year?
Man, a lot of hard work, man. Got some young kids who love to play football. And a great coaching staff, I can say that. Those 2 things start to add the wins up.
I got you. So what's been the who's your leaders you got this year, man? Talk about some of your kids, man, that's been showing out so far this year.
We got 3 kids on the edges. One of them, this is his first year ever playing football, and he's our 3rd leading receiver. He played in tight end for us. He done had 2 or 3 games where he had 2 or 3 catches for 100 yards, and he just, he looking like Lil Gronkowski out there. I started calling him Lil Grunk today, and that's one kid, Mashoud. He's been just wonderful for us. Then we got Cameron Jefferson. That's number 1. He's a junior this year. He might be all-purpose leader in the county right now. I'm not for sure. I'm not going to say that's a fact, but he's had 1 game where he's had over 160 rushing. He had 1 game where he had over 160 receiving. He's had 2 touchdowns or more in every game. So, he's doing this thing. And then we got a kid who came to us and stepped in and started catching the ball for us. He He came in, he got a 175-yard game. Eli Miller. So, we got some kids on the edges that could flat out do it. And then we got a 6'2" quarterback or a lefty who could just throw it. He throwing it any and everywhere. I think he got 14 touchdowns, 2 picks. And he over 1,000 already. Yeah, so it's a lot of work being done over there, man. Like I said, I put a lot of it on our kids, man. I just give them the opportunity to go out and showcase their talents.
So you go out strong with win 4, you lose 2. What's kind of been the new focus or the focus going forward to kind of change things up?
Back to the basics. Back to the basics. We gotta get people on the ground, tackle. And cause turnovers. Defensively, we're giving up too many points. We gave up 20, and then we just gave up 37 points. I don't think we gave up 37 total points before that.
Nah, you hadn't.
Yeah, so those 2 things right there killing us. So we gotta get back to the basics. Find out what it is inside of us that drive us, and we gotta push each other.
Gotcha. Coach Mook, you got a question for
him? Yeah, I mean, what would you say sparked this turnaround? Because I mean, I was over at Fairmont the past 2 years before coming over to Laurel, and I seen it for myself last year. It wasn't the same Central team.
All right, let me kind of back up. So I'm from Central. I graduated from Central, so I know what it takes. I've been through the hallways, know what it takes to navigate the hallways, the neighborhoods, the community. So coming into that situation is like a big brother more than a coach. So they know I'm there for them no matter what. Whether they right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm gonna have their back. We're gonna work through it, and we're gonna understand how to come out on top of the other end. So just developing that, and then turning my kids back into student athletes, man. That's the biggest thing. Because that's I'll be honest with you, a lot of that talent is in that building. It hasn't been eligible. So now, when you talk about kids, my quarterback got 4.28 or 4.8, something like that. The kid Cameron Jefferson, he's a 3.8, 4.0 student. Mashoud, the tight end, is a high 3.0 student. My running back, he's another 3.0 student. So all of them kids, I got a center. I don't think he's been under 3.0 first grade. So that right there, to me, is the biggest wins we had as a program. And then like I tell them all the time, if we protect the building, good things will happen on the field. We win in the building, we win on the field. So I think that's the biggest contributor to our turnaround, and we keep track of it. We got boarded out in my office where we mark down the wins and losses each day. Either we win the day or we lose the day. So we do that every day.
So looking forward, man, you got the last 3 games. You got Largo coming up this week. Then you got Crossland, then you finish with Fairmont Heights, man. So what's your outlook looking for the rest of the season, man?
So right now, like I said, it's just get back to the basics and trying to finish strong. We in a different type of region, because we only have 3 teams that's in PG County that's in our region, and all the rest of them are Baltimore County, Baltimore City schools. So we have to play the 3 teams down here, or 2. It's actually 3 including us. Let me say it that way. So it's us, Suratsville, and Friendly. Everybody else is out of the county in a 18 region. So, for us, it's just to finish strong and try to have one of them Baltimore teams come down to us.
Yeah, looking at your region now, of course you got Dunbar in there from Baltimore, who's always tough. But like you take care of your business, you ain't even got to worry about seeing them until quarterfinals or in the state. So you got Sparrows Point also, who's not sure what they did this week, but they were undefeated. You got Forest Park, you got Edmondson, Chesapeake, Friendly, and Suratsville. So yeah, I mean that region sets up. I mean, I'm a PG County guy, so I'm always gonna take my PG County guys over everybody else. So that region does set up favorable for you, man.
Yeah, especially if we could get out of that region without playing Dunbar in the region, then we good to go. And I think we really got a chance. As it lie right now, I think we would play Edmondson Westside at home, and that would be that would be probably one of the. I ain't tooting the horns of my kids or nothing, but that would probably be one of the biggest turnarounds in a long time. Because
right,
get that playoff, man.
And I'm gonna say this too. It's the same kids that's been there. And like I said, we got one kid that came to us, but it's been the same kids just grinding through, taking their lumps, and now they perform.
Gotcha. A couple comments. We got RL Polo King. Said Big Coach Chuck. Coach Marcus said Coach Chuck. What was that? Marcus also said Coach Chuck for 1A, 2A Coach of the Year. Yeah, shit, he going for it. Because I mean, shoot. I mean, I'm taking notice. I'm trying to check out everybody, man, and I'm seeing the difference, man. The boys is out there balling. So I'm definitely taking notice of it. And I see his name. He said Sparrow Point is having a good year, typically not good.
They've been up and down. They've been up and down, but you gotta remember 4 years ago they was a number 1 seed, I think, 3 or 4 years ago.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't really follow too much Baltimore County and Baltimore City ball too much. I'm more into PG and some of Moco. So
I have my opinion. I have my opinions about it, but I follow them because I have to.
Right. Yeah, you have to. But, my thing is forget them all. Name PG, forget them all. Look, I ain't talking about you, Drip. I'm talking about.
Oh no, you good, bro. This y'all platform. I love it. I love it.
Hey man, yeah, it's PG over everybody, man.
I had a question for Coach Drip though. What we look like, Coach? How we look out there?
What you mean?
What our drip look like, man?
Oh man, you gotta send me some stuff, man. I mean, I will say this about PG. This is about all PG teams. I love y'all color palettes, man. I love them. I love how y'all color palettes out here. You got a lot of gold and stuff like gold, blue, gold, green, gold, all that type of stuff. Y'all know how to do it out there. Y'all swag it out there, man. I love it out there, man. That's one thing I will give PG. Y'all be swagging. I give it like I be having to coach our kids in Mo County like, don't wear that. Put this on. But y'all color palettes out PG. I love them, man.
Look, I joined Coach Drip's show last week, man, and the first thing he asked me, how many uniform combinations y'all got?
That's how I got into this. Real talk, because I know y'all didn't get to have me long, but and one day we can link. I can come on the whole joint if you need me to, if you want me to as well. I went to Blair, and that's how we started. I got my own network, 613 Faye, and one day I just thought in my head. I said to my guys, I said, I'm gonna reach out to Coach Prime, and I'm gonna reach out to Blair Coach. And whichever one pick, responds back, that's the route we going. So Coach Nassau from Blair, he responded, and they started calling me the drip coach, and I was like, nah, that sounds corny. So I was like, Coach Drip, just flipped them around, and from there, that's how it's been, man. That's all. I bow to y'all coaches, man. Y'all do a lot. I want to ask y'all a question, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
To all y'all coaches, especially in PG, where basketball is kind of prevalent, how do y'all balance and keep the kids involved in football? I know me and Coach D was talking about it last week. Since the movie Concussion came out, a lot of parents are kind of holding their kids back. So how do you guys overcome that? And how do you guys get these kids wanting to play football? PG's always been known for having good football. So how do you guys get that?
So Coach Chuck coaches basketball as well. So I'm gonna let him answer first. I gave you my answer last week, but I'm gonna let Coach Chuck take this one.
Honestly, is getting the kids to understand. Don't limit your options. When you're dealing with a kid that can play multi-sports, multi-positions, is you marketable. The market is wide open for you. So for me, it's just like I said, just getting them to understand. Don't limit yourself to being a specialist. Don't say, I'm just a football player. Nah, you're an athlete. You're an athlete first. That's why I always say it, student athlete. That means you can play anything, and to me, I kind of try to force my kids to play multiple sports. Like me being coaching 2 sports, of course, I want them to play basketball and football, but I try, I had one year I had a kid, man, he played football, basketball, he swam, played golf and baseball, and end up being the salutatory. So getting what I'm saying, getting them to understand stuff like that. That's big for me. Like I'm gonna push you to play as many sports as humanly possible because it opens up more highways for you.
Right, and I'm the same way, man. I mean, you look at it. We got soccer players that play on our football teams. They kicking, but they still doing that. I push kids to play basketball. We got a couple of coaches on our staff that wrestling coaches. So I've been, paying attention more to wrestling over the last 8 to 9 years and getting involved in that and seeing what benefit that is, man. And then we got track kids. Like I said, I got Kenneth, Flight Club member 009, Coach Mook's guy. He took a screen 81 yards to the house this week, and you could see the acceleration and the speed. They couldn't catch him because of his speed. And he's a track guy. He's part of our 4x1, 4x4, and 4x2 relay teams here. So, I preach multiple sports, man. My quarterback, he plays baseball as well. He also plays on my basketball team at the school. So, you got to be well-rounded, man. It just, like Coach Chuck just said, it makes you more marketable. College coaches like to see that. Okay, he's an athlete all year round. And if you're playing multiple sports, that means you got to be eligible all year round. So that means your grades are right. So, that's a big plus there, man. So, Midnight Rider, Coach Mook, y'all got a response to any of that?
I was gonna say, one thing that I noticed, because I came up from the youth level, coming into high school, a lot of players play for certain coaches, or when I came to Laurel, and we all know the viral moment from the 7-on-7 tournament. I'll be getting a lot of messages. Oh, I might want to come out and see what the football team about now. If the kid came out or not, that was on them. But it's like if you can make a bond, bring a certain energy to a program. I think certain kids want to play for certain coaches or be coached under a certain coaching style, man. Like I said, I got even the JV kids, man, I can't wait till I get to varsity so I can be with you, Coach Mook, and yeah, that's my take. Like, I think certain kids, even that still got kids at Fairmont, Suitland, a couple kids in DC. Like, man, is there any way I can come over to Laurel and play for you, Coach Mook? And I'm like, I can't get into all that, but that'd be, you can't jeopardize my season for that, but certain kids will play for a certain coach or under a certain coaching style, and that's just how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Just as an outsider, what I've learned just watching you guys, the bond between the coaches and PG is different. I've sat through many of these interviews, and it's always respect, it's always love, and that's the one thing I appreciate about it. In terms of the kids, I think, Coach, you got a couple kids they not even 12, and they always on the sidelines trying to jump in and do something. And that's what I like, because I heard you say this before, where you said, you grew up a Laurel kid, and Laurel was your school. And I feel like some of that is permeating throughout the process, because you got kids on the sideline being your ball boys and doing that stuff, wearing their gear to your games because they just want to be part of it, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. And I just hope that, that stays that way for y'all, man.
Yeah, I mean, you got to tap into your community. Like Chuck said, Chuck, he's a central guy,
Right.
I'm a law grad. Coach Ian is Suitland. He's a Suitland grad,
Mm-hmm.
like, we take pride in our schools, man. And you got to reach into your community. I mean, I grew up in the Law Boys and Girls Club. I used to coach there. So now that's our feeder program. So what did I do? I went and added 2 coaches from the program onto our staff. Well, no, we got 3 coaches from the Wildcats on our staff, because that's our feeder program. And, you got to tap into your resources, but you got to look out for your local kids, man. There was a time where, playing at your local school was frowned upon for some reason, unless you was at Roosevelt or, I'm talking PG County right now, Roosevelt or some of the other schools out there. Douglas didn't have wives back in the day. It was just Douglas down there. Yeah. So, they went to their schools, but, in law, you got Pilati you can go to. You can get into Roosevelt and go there. You can go to Duval in the aerospace program, and these kids, and we had kids at DeMatha. We had kids all over the place leaving law instead of coming home where they belonged at, man. And I tell people all the time, if our kids stay home, now you're talking about law as you do your Ys and your flowers and your roses and your buoys, because we got a lot of talent in law. And it's just about keeping them home. And it's also about giving them something to want to stay home with too. So, and that's what I'm working on now. Like Coach Chuck, what you how many years you been at Central coaching?
So this my 5th year in the school.
Mm-hmm.
I coached 2 sports for 4 of those years.
Mm-hmm.
So now this is my first year only coaching football. So now it's kind of changing.
Mm-hmm.
The dynamics is changing.
Yeah, but you've been there, and you putting in that work. You building the program.
Yep.
So
yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's like I said, it's been a process. It's been a process.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. It's a process, Even though I've been in law for 13 years, coaching wise, and then I had a couple of stints coaching basketball as well before I, joined football. This only year 2 for me as the head varsity coach. So we're building the program. We struggled last year, and we're getting a little bit better this year. And next year, I'm telling everybody right now, county better be on watch, because we coming strong. We got a good group, and y'all know me. I'm gonna talk shit. That's just what I do.
I love it.
Yeah, we coming strong though, man. So, we building over here, man. And like I said, Coach Chuck, you've been building your program over there, and it's showing right now. Like I said, y'all playing ball down there, man. So
Can I ask one more question, Coach D?
Yeah.
To y'all too, and just period, just because we're all black men here. But Coach Chuck, and Coach D, mainly to y'all too, because y'all are at places that y'all graduated from. And as black men, a lot of times we got a lot of positive influences sometimes that get ignored in our lifetime growing up as kids. So for you guys, just how does it feel giving back to where you from, and like how important is that to you all? Because like I'm from the Mo, I could have never imagined 25 years ago that I'll be covering all 25 teams. Literally, I covered all 25 teams. So for me, it's a fulfilling thing when I go to the schools and the kids, they show me love. Like, you know, Fox 5 and 7, they be there. They don't even talk to them. They come straight to me. So I know it's a great feeling. How does it feel for you guys?
Well, you know, there's one thing about me, man. I love my community, even though I don't live in Law right now, but you know, Law is still home. And I had opportunities, man. I used to coach basketball at Pilati, you know. I've had opportunities to go elsewhere. I've had opportunities to go to other schools, private schools, and coach football. But I've chose to stay, you know, in Law, man, because I understand the kids there. I understand the community. I know what it's like, and I just got a love for the school, man. Is you know, and I want to be part of when we turn things around. Like I said, when we won the state championship in basketball this year, man, that was a hell of a feeling. And
on
to
that
be
too.
say that again.
Congrats on that too.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. And that was something that, you know, I still tell people, man, that was a hell of a feeling winning that game, man. So I want to be the one to bring one to Law for football now. So let's get it done. This is my home. This is where we at, and we're gonna bring it home, man. So it ain't nothing like coaching where you came from. Go ahead, Chuck.
Just to touch on that, coming back to Central for me was it wasn't even a choice. It was something that honestly I probably predicted when I was 14 years old, man. I told one of the things I told my mother, you know, growing up was I told her two things. I wanted to make it to the NFL, and I wanted to come back and open a community center in my and you know where I'm from, and getting the opportunity to go back to the high school I actually graduated from. That's the biggest community center you can find. So for me, I've accomplished, you know, two of my biggest goals in life are done. So when I go into that building every day, it's not work for me. It's not. It's you know, it's not a job. It's something that I'm supposed to do. I have to give back. You know, that's something. It's a must. You know, and the kids can feel it. The staff can feel it. I mean, everybody can feel it. And I just try my best to present myself in a way that is positive and is you know a prideful way. You know that everybody can say, okay, he's trying to do it the right way. Let's give him some support, and you know, and it's working. I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's 8. I got 8 on my varsity staff. Out of the 8 coaches on my varsity staff, 6 of them are alumni.
That's important.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 of them are former head coaches at Central. So, you know, I tell them all the time, and I tell them every day, listen, y'all just as much is invested and a part of this as I am. Because y'all walk the hallways, y'all know the same things I know. So we have to pay it forward. We have to pay it back. And I'll be honest, man, it's just a blessing. I got one coach. I got 2 coaches on my staff that actually coach me, man. And that's a blessing. That's actually 3. I'm sorry, 3. I got 3 coach me. I got 1 that played with me in college. I got another one who I watched as a little kid grow up, and he's probably one of the best DB coaches out there. He's flourishing. You know, Marcus Smith. He's matter of fact, he's a Laurel kid. He graduated from Laurel. He's a Laurel kid, so he came up through the Laurel system, and you know played for Darnell Dorsey. Played for
Got it.
Dorsey, and now he's coaching with me, man. He's just a real good kid. So like I was saying, just being there and trying to present myself in a way that's positive, that's the best thing I could do. And I owe them that.
You gained a fan tonight, my brother.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Hey, listen, that's why we all do it.
Right.
I don't know any coach that puts this much time into coaching a sport that don't love it and don't love kids.
Out outside, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if that's the truth.
And look, and a lot of outsiders don't realize, man. We ain't down south, so we ain't making $100,000 salaries to coach, man. What we get paid, man, don't even amount to gas money for the year because, we're all year round. We're not just from September to November. We're all year round, man. And people don't understand that we put this work in because we love it. Coach Mook, Coach Mook. When he joined my staff this year, Coach Mook trains kids from any and everywhere. He don't care who it is, and don't charge them nothing. All he want them to do is come to train. If you want to come to work out with him, you come to work out, and you putting in that work. He ain't asking for no money from nobody. He ain't asking for nothing from you. He just trying to help as many kids as he can, man. And that's most of the coaches we got, especially in the county and everywhere. But we do this for the love of it, man. And if there's a few rotten apples out there, but for the most part, man, this thing, especially in this area, man, it's the love for the sport. It's the love for seeing kids do better. And I always try to tell kids, don't make the same mistakes I did. I wasn't a bad kid or nothing, but don't blow opportunities and miss opportunities that I talk shit all the time. You laughing, Mook? I'm an asshole now, but I wasn't an asshole. But don't make the same mistakes that I made, where I missed opportunities. I had a full D2 ride, but I didn't want to go to West Virginia because, it wasn't none of us out there.
Right.
Smart move, Coach.
Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you, Doug. I went to Allegheny. That's a smart move, bro.
Hey, Coach,
I'm just saying, I try to just keep people, keep your options open, man. So, fellas, man, look. Man, we could sit on here for about 2 more hours and keep talking shop. But, my Redskins are on right now, so I ain't going to lie. And Coach Drip got to get to his show.
Yeah.
What time you start, Coach Drip? 8:30?
I'm going to be at 8:30. If you guys want to come, Coach Chuck, if you, got IG, follow me, man. I'm definitely a fan of yours now. So, moving forward, I can put you on our platform as well.
Yeah. And Coach Drip, I'm gonna hit you up, man. We'll get you back on next week, man, so we can talk some more about the region and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Anybody got anything we want to close out? Midnight, you want to close out with something?
No, I want to just throw something out there to you. Let's one of our shows, break it down, talk about how the teams qualify for the playoffs and how each one of the brackets work. We can make that one of our things. So
we can do that next week.
I got one more thing. I don't know, since I'm in enemy territory right now. I don't know if Coach Mark told you my proposal. I was going to try to do it this year, but I like to do things. I like to plan things out. I do something called the Drippy Bowl every year, and it's pretty much the unofficial All-Star game in Mo County. I would like to personally challenge PG County 2026. Montgomery County versus PG, Drippy Bowl 4. Let's make it happen.
You know what? Well, me and Coach Chuck is both part of the Coaches Association, so we'll take it to him and see what we can do. Right now, we got our All-Star game versus the Smack that we playing this year.
Well, mine is 7-on-7, so it ain't no pads involved. So.
Oh, it's 7-on-7.
Yeah, that's why I said unofficial.
Yeah, we definitely. I think we can make that happen, man. Let me talk to the Coaches Association, but we can make that happen.
35. That's how much we winning by. I'm gone, y'all.
35 is crazy.
Oh man! Look.
Hey, only because my kids are juniors.
Oh man! Look, he had to throw that shot in before, and then he ran. So just like somebody from Montgomery County. Just like somebody from Montgomery County. Talk shit and then run. Oh,
Wow,
man. Coach Tuck, I appreciate you coming on tonight, brother, man. And
Hey, man, I appreciate the invite, man. Anytime.
hey, man, good luck this week, man. And I'll be following, see how y'all guys do, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. All right. Midnight, you got anything you want to close out with?
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm just let me give you the schedule as always. So tomorrow, Tuesday night flight. Tomorrow, I think we start at 7:45. Recap the NFL weekend. Update you on what else is going on in the baseball. Since we just finished up WNBA. Wednesday, we got In the Passenger Seat. Myself and Jack Carr. We got an interview. I don't know who we have this week because I know it's been fluctuating. Thursday night flight. The fellas all get together. We go from 7:15 to about 8:15, right before Thursday night football. Friday, we don't have anything. Saturday morning, we got the Gridiron. It's the greatest fictitious college football show in the world, baby. In the world, Craig. It's based on all the guys that played college football 26. We do it just like we do a regular podcast. We do coaches interviews. We try to catch the big matchup of the week. We try to make it as fun and as obnoxious as possible, so somebody could be like, ain't no way nobody's putting this much love and effort for video games.
Hey man, 4 in a row. That's all I'm saying.
I saw it, Coach.
4 in a row.
Saturday night, the WrestleManiacs at 9:30. Then we come back Sunday morning, 11 a.m. with the Sunday Rise. We're starting to have guest pickers now. So I don't know where we are on the calendar and what Jack's got done, because this has kind of been Jack's baby. I think I owe somebody a cheesesteak this week. So we got to figure that out. And then we come back Monday. Monday at 5, we got drive time, but I think he's going Tuesday next week. And then, of course, we got this show. So that's the platform right now. And we got some pans in the fire. We got some other options coming. So there's going to be at least 2 new shows to the schedule. I just don't know when they pop in. And I'm only on one of them. So.
Right. Yeah, right now. You're only on one of them right now.
Nah, Doug. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to cut back, man.
Coach Mook, you got some closing statements you want to make?
Nah, I'm just gonna tell everybody, man, come out this upcoming Saturday, man. Come see the Flight Club. We went crazy last week. I hate to do it to them people, but might be bombs over Baghdad. I got a plug because I know Coach Chuck was talking about his receivers, but I think I got the #1 receiver in PG County according to the stats and yardage. So like I said, man, come out next Saturday. Come check out the Flight Club. Shout out my man Kareem, Flight Club member 007.
That's it.
Yeah, we at Bladensburg High School on Saturday at 2 p.m. Come check us out, man. And hey, man, it's a great show tonight, man. I appreciate y'all. And there's a couple of comments that I see. My guy, I hope I'm saying your name right, Kennel or Kennel or Kennel. I'm gonna answer your question next week, man. So tune in next week. I'm gonna answer that question you posted about PG and the playoffs. All right. But I appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go ahead and watch these Commanders beat up on these Bears. And we'll talk to y'all next week.
All right,
bro. See you tomorrow.
All right, I'll catch you later.
All
right, man. Y'all be easy.